It is the honor of a lifetime to be the first to welcome you to the Steve Jobs Theater. There's not a day that goes by that we don't think about him. Steve's spirit and timeless philosophy on life will always be the DNA of Apple. We dedicate this theater to Steve because we loved him and because he loved days like this. Now, let me tell you a little bit about our new home. Apple Park has been built to reflect Apple's values for both technology and the environment. It's powered by 100% renewable energy. We have one of the world's largest on-site solar installations right here. We've got a great visitor center, which will be open later this year, where we will welcome everyone. You'll also find a fantastic new Apple retail store. So before we get to some incredible products, we'd like to give you an update on retail.
We've launched Today at Apple. We've created new programs like Photo Walks, where customers can perfect their photography skills with features like Portrait Mode, or Swift Playgrounds, where the next generation app developers can begin to learn the basics of coding. And one of my personal favorites, Teachers Tuesdays, where our teams help local educators stay updated on the newest technologies and apps. And I'm thrilled to personally announce the opening of our newest flagship store in the heart of the Midwest, Apple Michigan Avenue in Chicago on October 20th.
Introducing Apple Watch Series 3, and it has cellular built in. You can receive an important call with just your watch, and the number is the same number as your iPhone. And third-party apps like WeChat work over cellular as well. Cellular is going to change the way we listen to music, because with Apple Watch Series 3 and Apple Music, you can stream 40 million songs on your wrist. Inside is a new dual-core processor delivering up to 70% more performance. And thanks to the new processor, for the first time on Apple Watch, Siri can talk. For Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, we developed a custom wireless chip we call W2. It delivers up to 85% faster Wi-Fi, and we've added a barometric altimeter. So now you get flights of stairs climbed and elevation gains after a workout. Series 3 comes in a wide variety of cases and bands. And we're excited to introduce a new band we call the Sport Loop. We have two versions of Series 3. There's one with cellular at $399 and a version without cellular that has all the other great features at just $329. And we're going to keep Series 1 in the line at a new starting price of $249. Orders will begin September 15th, and availability will be September 22nd. That's the update on Apple Watch, and now back to Tim.
I am so excited to introduce Apple TV 4K.
But resolution isn't everything. There's an even bigger advancement that's more important, and it's called high dynamic range. We've got the powerful A10X Fusion chip. This is the same chip that's in our iPad Pro. And the new Apple TV isn't just slightly faster, it's remarkably faster. CPU performance is more than twice as fast as the current Apple TV, and graphics are more than 4 times faster. Now you'll have the biggest releases in the best picture quality, all on iTunes, all available for the same price as HD. New Apple TV 4K starts at $179. It joins the existing one. You can order it starting on September 15th, and it ships just a week later.
We have huge iPhone news for you today, and it gets started right now.
I am so excited to tell you all about the new iPhone 8 and the new iPhone 8 Plus. The design is all new. It has glass in both the front and the back. We're so excited because this glass is the most durable ever in a smartphone. iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is also microscopically sealed for water and dust resistance. And they have a new Retina HD display in each model. There's a 4.7-inch Retina display in iPhone 8 and a 5.5-inch in iPhone 8 Plus. We've built in our 3D Touch technology into the display, and for the first time in an iPhone display, it has our True Tone technology. Along with the displays, iPhone 8 and 8 Plus have new stereo speakers as well. They're 25% louder than the speakers in iPhone 7, and they have a deeper bass. Inside iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is a brand new chip. We call it A11 Bionic. This is the most powerful and smartest chip ever in a smartphone. It's a 64-bit design, 4.3 billion transistors, 6 core. They're managed by our second-generation performance controller that now can use all 6 cores at once. It can deliver up to 70% improvement in multi-threaded workloads. And they have our first ever Apple-designed graphics processing unit, or GPU. It's 30% faster than the graphics in the previous A10. There's more to it. The A11 Bionic includes our first new generation image signal processor, or ISP. It delivers faster autofocus in low light. It has new pixel processing for sharpness and texture. And for the first time, to help reduce noise, it has hardware-enabled multi-band noise reduction. All of this helps to improve performance and helps us take better pictures. It is an all-new 12-megapixel sensor. It's larger and faster. It provides 83% more light, and it's more power efficient at the same time. It has deeper pixels and a new color filter. So this adds up to having better color saturation, a wider dynamic range of color, and lower noise in your photos and videos. iPhone 8 Plus has 2 new sensors in its dual camera. The wide-angle camera has an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization. The telephoto camera has f2.8 aperture. Using the new dual cameras and the A11 Bionic chip and the iPhone 8 Plus, the team has come up with a new feature called portrait lighting. Now, this is beta, but it will ship with the iPhone 8 Plus. And here's how it works. When you compose a photo in the camera app using the portrait mode, they create a depth map, they separate the subject from the background, and then using machine learning, it creates facial landmarks and actually changes the lighting of the contours over your face. That happens while you're composing the shot. Right when you're in the camera app, you use portrait mode, and there's a new menu to select the lighting effect you want to use. You just swipe to pick a different effect. In fact, you can go in later, after you shot a portrait mode photo, into the Photos app and change the lighting effect to select which one you want to use on your photograph. iPhone 8 has the highest quality video capture ever in a smartphone. Along with the ISP, we have an Apple-designed video encoder. This enables faster frame rates and higher quality video. It does real-time image and motion analysis to predict changes in the content and optimize the video encoding algorithms. Now you can shoot at 1080p HD, 240 frames a second. But there's a third category of use of the camera that's going to become increasingly important in our mobile devices, and that's augmented reality. We custom-tune each iPhone for augmented reality. And AR greatly benefits from the new A11 Bionic chip. So here's one example. From Major League Baseball's advanced media team, they're enhancing the At-Bat app with ARKit so that when you're at the game, you can hold up your iPhone and see real-time player information and stats on top of the game you're watching. Now, let's talk about wireless. It supports LTE Advanced for fast networking connections, Bluetooth 5.0 for the latest accessories. Of course, it supports our great beloved AirPods and the Beats X headphones that use our W1 chip. And now with iPhone 8, with its glass back, we're enabling the freedom of wireless charging. What makes this possible is we're building into iPhone 8 and 8 Plus wireless charging with Qi. Many restaurants, shops, airports, cars have started to build in support for Qi wireless charging. Many companies are offering Qi chargers, and those that are Qi certified should all work with iPhone 8. Now, iPhone 7 came in these 3 configurations starting at 32 gigabytes. We're really happy to tell you iPhone 8 is going to start with twice the capacity at 64 gigabytes and have a second one at 256 gigabytes. And the price will be $699. iPhone 8 Plus will have the same 2 configurations, and it will be priced starting at $799. We'll be able to pre-order them starting this Friday on September 15th, and they'll be available a week later on September 22nd. And we can all upgrade to iOS 11 starting on September 19th.
Our teams have been hard at work for years on something that is important to all of us, the future of the smartphone. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone.
And it is all screen. It is beautiful to look at. It is incredible to hold. The display fits edge to edge top to bottom. It has glass on both the front and the back, using the same super strong formula as iPhone 8. The band is made from a surgical grade stainless steel that's both durable and polishes to a beautiful finish. It's engineered to be water and dust resistant at a microscopic level. Comes in two beautiful finishes, space gray and silver. iPhone 10 has an all-new display. It's called the Super Retina display. The Super Retina display is 5.8 inches on the diagonal. It's got 2436 by 1125 resolution. There's 458 pixels per inch. Now, this is the highest resolution and pixel density ever in an iPhone. This is the first OLED display great enough to be in an iPhone. In addition, the new Super Retina display supports HDR in both the Dolby Vision and HDR10 formats. It has an incredible 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. It has the best color accuracy. It integrates our unique 3D touch technology right into the display. And like iPhone 8, it includes True Tone. How do you wake up your iPhone 10? Well, certainly you can raise to wake just like before, but now you can also just tap on the screen and it wakes up. Now with the display going edge to edge and top to bottom, there's no more home button. So now, when you want to go to the home screen, you simply swipe up from the bottom and you go home. If you're running an app like Mail and you want to go home, you simply swipe up from the bottom and you go home. Now the same fluid gesture also works for multitask. So if you're in an app and you want to multitask, you swipe up from the bottom, you pause for a split second and you're in multitasking. You can just speak to your phone as before and say, "Hey Siri," or you can now press the side button in, which has been made larger. Once you press it in, you can just talk to Siri. How do you unlock your phone with iPhone 10? On 10, your iPhone is locked until you look at it and it recognizes you. We call this Face ID. To make Face ID possible, it took some of the most advanced technology we have ever created. We call this the True Depth camera system. There's an infrared camera, a flood illuminator, the front side camera, and a dot projector. There's also the proximity sensor, the ambient light sensor, the speaker and microphone. Every time you glance at your iPhone 10, it detects your face with the flood illuminator, even in the dark. We built Apple's first ever Neural Engine. The Neural Engine is a state-of-the-art, ultra-fast processing system. It uses our highest density computing ever. Face ID learns your face. Even if you change your hairstyle, you decide to put on glasses, you're wearing a hat, and it adapts to you as your face changes over time. Now, the teams worked hard to make sure the Face ID can easily be spoofed by things like photographs. They've even gone and worked with professional mask makers and makeup artists in Hollywood to protect against these attempts to beat Face ID. The chance that a random person in the population could look at your iPhone 10 and unlock it with their face is about 1 in a million. Face ID also works with Apple Pay. Face ID also works with third-party apps. So apps like Mint, 1Password, eTrade will all work with Face ID. So our team created something called Animoji. These are emojis that you control with your face. The way you create and share Animoji are right from within Apple Messages.
You said a little late. Where are you?
iPhone 10 has dual 12 megapixel sensors, dual cameras, both a faster sensors, wider sensors, just like in iPhone 8. There's new color filters, new deeper pixels. There's an f1.8 aperture on the wide angle camera and a faster f2.4 aperture on the telephoto. So that lets in 36% more light to the telephoto camera. The big news on the camera on the iPhone 10 is that it has dual optical image stabilization with compensating for handshake and to take better photos and videos in low light. There's also a better quad LED two-tone flash that has twice the uniformity of light on our subjects. On iPhone 10, you can get great portrait modes, especially in lower light. And iPhone 10 supports the brand new portrait lighting feature as well. Because now with selfies, you can take portrait mode photos as well. And it also supports portrait lighting all through the front side True Depth camera. It has Qi charging through the glass back, and it will work with the Qi charging devices like the ones we mentioned earlier from Mophie and Belkin. It's a mat that you place your iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 down, place your Series 3 Apple Watch down on it, and you can place your AirPods with the optional new wireless charging case on it, and it starts to charge as well. We call it AirPower. So look for the AirPower charger next year. iPhone 10 also comes in two configurations, 64 gigs and 256 gigabytes. It'll be priced $999. You can order it starting on October 27th and begin to ship on November 3rd.
We work really hard at Apple to create wonderful things, and we hope you love what we've introduced.